Mr. McLeod, I believe you practice in Miami, is that correct? Okay, I would just ask all counsel, and it's a good refresher for me too, to review the standards of professional courtesy, particularly paragraph M, which governs a lot of conduct as it occurs during the course of the trial, okay? The next thing I want to discuss, it was brought to my attention, I don't know if it's accurate or not, that Fox 13 is going to be airing an interview with defense counsel today. Is that accurate?
I don't know what Fox 13 is doing. If you're asking whether we did an interview with them this week, yesterday, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what it would be. If it's not the same one they continuously did.
Okay. And you were interviewed by a reporter at Fox 13 at some point?
Yes.
Okay. How long ago was that? Okay, so we picked our jury Monday, so we're in relation to Monday. The week before trial. Okay, did they tell you that they were going to air it during the trial?
They didn't say when they would, but they said if they did, they would probably air it that Friday. So that would have been the same week before trial.
Okay, so I don't know if it's airing tonight. I have no idea what's going on. I just heard that anecdotally. So if Fox 13 does air the interview of defense counsel at any point during the trial, if there's...
I can tell you, if it's Fox 13, whatever that would be airing today, I've already seen that. And it had to be what you were referring to yesterday.
It was, Judge, because it definitely went into the evidence and facts of the case.
So you've seen it?
I did not see it. My legal assistant saw it and replayed it to me and told me the substance of it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just raising the issue. No one's filed a motion or requested any relief. So at this point, I'm just asking the question. Okay. Okay. State, you ready to go?
Yes, sure.
Object to it.
So-
We haven't heard one juror say that they've seen any of these. Unfortunately, we can't control what has already been released or how they intend to re-release it. We don't believe that we've said anything in the media that is inappropriate or, would do anything.
So here's the deal. I'm just going to tell you, I don't know the answer because honestly, I've been on the bench for 23 years. Okay. I've tried over 200 jury trials. I've never, in a high profile case in particular, had defense counsel do interviews about the case so close to jury selection. I'm not saying it's wrong. I honestly don't know. I've never confronted it before. So I do think it's potentially problematic for interviews from either the state or the defense. I mean, are you telling me if Ms. Lopez went on the news tonight and talked about how guilty your client was and all the evidence that was arrayed against her, you would be fine with that? You'd have no problem.
It would depend on what she's saying.
Okay, but the problem is if she gives the interview, the damage is done, right? Once it airs, the damage is done.
Again, Your Honor, like I said, we don't intend to do any interviews at this point. We can't control, how the media are released. And no more than we can control what is released that's recorded in this courtroom.
Okay.
It's out of our control.
So at this point, I'm going to temporarily grant the state's ori tennis motion. I'm going to do some more research on this just because I've never had the issue arise ever in 23 years. And then, but for the time being, no one's going to be talking to the media about this case. Okay, we're in the middle of trial.
Your Honor, we, obviously reserve the right to respond appropriately with any support.
Sure, absolutely.
Judge, if I can put on the record, I just showed a text from one of our legal assistants who watched the news this morning. Apparently, when Fox 13 was reporting the opening statements yesterday, that they would start yesterday morning, they then went to an interview with Mr. Malcolm and Mr. McClymont talking about what evidence the state doesn't have and what they would prove. She indicates in this text message, which apparently was sent to Ms. Doherty, I don't know when they gave the interviewer statement, but it was shown yesterday morning. And then counsel was saying they will prove I'm assuming the defendant came to Tampa unaware of what was happening. So anyway, I just wanted to put that on the record.
Okay, well, like I said, at this point, I'm going to temporarily grant the state's ori tennis motion as far as gag order on both the state of Florida and the defense counsel. No one's to be talking about this case any further in the media. And I know we've said this before, and I just want to make sure, and I'm going to do an order to this effect just to make sure the names and identities of the jurors are not to be disclosed to anybody outside of this courtroom. Okay, very good. Mr. Malcolm, just repeat what you said to me up at the bench. Everyone have a seat.
for most of this trial, starting today, Ms. Julio, Ms. Charles Jones, his mother's attorney, I believe, is sitting right behind the fence. And throughout this cross-examination, at times, aiming his phone, not saying he's observing anything through it, but aiming his phone in this direction. I think in the same way, the court instructed Mr. Coffey to move away from the state's table to protect the confidentiality of their discussions. The court should do the same and ask this attorney to sit over there where his client is and not behind the fence table where he can observe what we're doing during this delicate cross-examination if he so chooses.
Okay, what's the name of this attorney, you
I
know?
don't know the gentleman's name, but he's right there in the blue suit with the gray tie.
Sir, good morning.
Had he asked me, I would have certainly told him I'm not recording anything, just checking my emails, as I've been doing throughout the whole trial.
Okay, and what is your name?
No party to the state of Florida.
Right, what is your name for the record?
Louis Fusco.
Okay. So have you been recording defense counsel and what they've been doing?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right, well,
I'm
maybe
not
just,
accusing you of that, Your Honor. I'm just saying,
okay.
for the sanctity and confidentiality of what we're doing, there's no reason for him to flip-flop sides. He's over there sometimes, over here when we get up from the table. I mean, we can sit over there with this client, and that, I think, would be fair to defense.
Okay.
For the record, it's 2 rows back in the middle of the courtroom.
Right, I agree. So, is it Fusco?
Fusco, yes, ma'am.
If you wouldn't mind, just during this part of the trial, if you would just sit on the aisle over there, thank you. It would alleviate any further concerns.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Just so the court is aware, I was over there when his mother was present. She stepped out of the courtroom. I moved over to get a better view, not to look at anything that's in writing on the defense table. But
Better view of what?
the entirety of the trial and the public forum that we're currently in. Had he asked me, I would have gladly explained that, but
Ms. Herrera, stop. Ms. Herrera, stop. I didn't ask you to talk.
I didn't know I had to ask.
Yeah,
I
you
wanted to
do.
make a point.
You do. Stop, Ms. Herrera, you need to stop right now, because you know what? You've been making faces throughout this entire trial. This entire trial, yeah, you have been.
Okay.
And everything's been caught on video.
I know,
And
and I also
and-
hope that the court has caught and noticed all of the gestures and the tone which was addressed yesterday from the state. But it's fine, no problem, I will do my best to.
Please, do your best. Yeah, and your attitude is very disrespectful. I'll note for the record. Okay, very good. You wouldn't mind moving. Let's bring him back in.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Serious
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, one other thing before we bring the jury in.
Yeah.
If I understand counsel right, because they invoked the rule of sequestration, they have only advised one of their witnesses about the rule?
I don't know.
Is that correct, counsel?
That's
Or-
correct.
Okay, so I would ask that they, as they're obligated to do when they invoke the rule, advise all of your witnesses, please, not to view what's on,
Unnecessary,
what's on court TV.
the way that counsel is speaking to defense, though, and it's been happening since day one.
But
It's
Ms.
very
White,
unnecessary,
I
Your
know, but
Honor.
here, Ms. White, this is the problem. You invoked the rule of sequestration.
I understand that.
Okay, I'm making a statement, I'm not looking for responses, okay? You invoked the rule of sequestration. That means all witnesses, it's incumbent upon the lawyers, as the professionals that they are, to tell all of their witnesses as well. You're not to be discussing the case, you're not to be watching it on court TV, and apparently that didn't happen, right? Didn't happen. Inexcusable.
Well, Your Honor, we are,
Inexcusable.
if I may respond, we are professionals, just like every other attorney in this courtroom. The bigger point that I was making is that the way that Mr. Harmon has been speaking to this side of the table is unprofessional, it's disrespectful, he's done it in front of the jury as well, and there has not been any attempt by the court to intervene in that. So I want to make sure that it's on the record that it's inappropriate. The rising tone is unnecessary, and it's disrespectful, and it's inappropriate.
Ms. White, everything that's happened in this trial is on the record. Everything's been videotaped, the conduct of everybody involved,
Right.
okay? And the failure of the defense to tell their own witnesses not to talk about the case is inexcusable, and that's a matter of record.
Well, also.
We don't want to discuss it any further. I don't.
What doesn't.
We're done.
The record that they've had witnesses outside the courtroom discussing the case with each other, talking about the case, the prosecutors themselves.
Well, you should have brought it to my attention.
I'm doing it now because
Well-
it's been an issue. They're apparently saying it's an issue for us, and they're doing it themselves.
Okay, let's bring in Detective Ramos. Ask him if he's been watching court TV about this case. Hello, good morning, Detective. You remain under oath, so there was an issue that was raised, or an allegation, that you've been watching this trial on court TV. Is that accurate?
No.
Okay. Any questions?
I didn't allege that, I just want to ask a question.
Yeah, you did allege it. Oh,
All
so,
I asked-
wait. So you told me that you believed you've been watching this on court TV, and now you're backtracking and saying, well, I didn't make the allegation.
I
Pardon
did
me?
not say that I believe he's watching it. I don't know what he does in his spare time.
Okay.
They brought up the issue, I said, I would like the opportunity to ask Detective Ramos the same question. I didn't allege that he was doing anything.
Okay, so you just said no. Any questions?
No, I mean, you've asked the question, I thought I was gonna ask the question, but he said, no, that's it. I mean, it's-
Okay, very good. Let's go. All right.
You don't remember much about what you did in this case without looking at your report, is that correct?
Objection, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
Improper argument.
Sustain the objection. What's your next question?
What is the legal basis for that objection?
There's improper asking him to comment.
I'm talking about whether she might be in danger for speaking about gang members who might have been involved in a murder.
As a generality,
Generally-
if someone gave information on a gang member, could that be dangerous to their lives? I would agree to that.
All right.
Take these in here to get you here. Am I nice?
Okay, stop. Is there a question on the table? What's the question?
I'm publishing it to the jury, and I'm waiting until it gets to a part that I can ask a question.
Well, can we get to that part and then you ask the question?
Judge,
As
we put
opposed
this
to,
entire interview yesterday for an hour and 22 minutes without a question. I'm just trying to get to a particular part. I want the jury to see what's happening now, and then I'm going to ask a question about it.
great, can we get to that part?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, well, we're not just gonna play it. Can we fast forward to the part?
The federal government, he works for the ATF. The federal government did not get referred this case.
Objection, Your Honor.
What's the objection?
Just relevance.
Again, members of the jury, you will rely upon your own recollection of what the evidence was in this case, and you'll take that recollection and apply it to the law that I give you in reaching your verdict.
The ATF agent testified that the feds were not referred this case.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
I said the ATF agent testified that the feds were not referred this case.
Okay, well, that is not relevant to this, to
He
your,
testified to it, Judge.
I understand, but it should have been objected to, so.
And you spoke to, she was with an individual named Taifa.
Yes, sir.
And you spoke with Taifa, yes?
Yes.
And you spoke with Aliyah Albrighton,
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
And when you spoke to Taifa lied to you and told you that
Objection,
Aliyah
Your Honor.
Albrighton was not there.
It's hearsay.
Sustain.
This is for the effect on the listener.
No, it's not. It's hearsay. Sustain.
How did it affect your investigation when Taifa told you that Aliyah Albrighton was...
Sustain.
Can we come sidebar?
No, it's sustained.
Judge, this goes to the effect that it has on the listener.
That the
Judge, I would object to the question is phrased, what are they connected to is vague.
I'm gonna sustain the objection, rephrase.
What is the purpose of of showing these rifles to the jury?
Objection.
Sustain the objection. Sustain the objection.
What is the purpose of showing why there's a safety on this firearm, on
Objection.
these rifles?
Sustain the objection.
I don't even know what the objection is at this point. There's no legal basis, it's just an objection.
It's
Objection to
irrelevant.
the speaking.
It's
objections
irrelevant
by
and it's
counsel.
improper question.
It was elicited in front of the jury.
Mr. McClement, I'm not gonna argue with you. If I allow the witness to testify, then that makes it relevant and material, okay?
And if it's relevant, then I should be able to
Objection,
cross-examine
Your
on
Honor.
it.
I'm gonna sustain
Can we
the,
come sidebar?
The jury.
no.
So I can't argue, I can't come
Objection.
sidebar.
Mr.
This is
McClymond,
improper for him to do
please
this in front of the
stop.
jury, Your Honor.
It's improper,
It's disrespectful too.
I asked to come sidebar.
and the answer's no, we don't need to sidebar it. If the witness was permitted to testify something, that makes it relevant and admissible.
I'm not arguing that, Judge. I just want to talk to her about what she testified to.
Listen, I've sustained the objection. Ask your next question.
My name is Shamar Mitchell.
Okay, Mr. Mitchell, and so was someone taking photographs of
I
you?
was just notified, and brother said, like, I think he just took a picture of her.
Okay, what is your brother,
What?
wait, hold on one second. And what is your brother's name? Trenton Mitchell?
Alfred.
Pardon me?
Alfred.
I can't hear you. Alfred, okay, I apologize. Okay, my hearing's not all that great. So, Mr. Alfred, did you see someone taking your photo, or what you believed was someone taking your photo?
Yeah,
Okay, and who was the individual?
that dude right
Which dude?
No, right here, not you first.
there. The one that's sitting down, got his head down with the
The
black.
white male?
No, the black gentleman.
Both of them, actually.
Both of them. Okay, and that's is it Mr. Bethea? Okay, and then Mr. Brandon?
Yes.
Okay, so you believe they were taking photographs of
I
you?
know he did.
The,
I seen.
the one on the,
Okay, one at a time, because the court reporter, okay, so Mr. Alfred, what did you see?
I was sitting right there, and I just looked over there, and he was right there, taking pictures.
What you thought was surreptitiously taking photos of
Yes.
you? Okay,
and then when I looked again, I seen him do it again, and I went like this, like, shoot my head up, like, how you doing? You know?
okay.
I just want everyone to know, like, we don't know either, like, we don't know no one here.
Sure, I understand. No
I
one's,
called the courthouse this morning, it says open to the public.
Yeah.
And I said, can we come? They said yes.
yeah, no, it is open to the public, and nobody, and I mean nobody other than the authorized media, is supposed to be taking any video or audio recordings of the proceedings, or any of the participants, or any of the audience, or the jurors, or anybody. Okay, so, thank you all very much, I appreciate it. Okay, Mr. Bethea, were you taking photos of any of the people that were watching?
Yes, they were confirmed with Mr. Fusco, and I am concerned with the safety of our client.
Okay, but you understand, you're not allowed to do that. You're not,
It was outside. It was outside.
so it was outside.
Outside, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sitting there, my own business, I noticed, and I looked curious, it looked suspicious, I took a photo, that's it. Now, don't worry about it, yes, it's a photo, you come see it, you take a photo of me, it's off the face, you're more than welcome. And then I got really upset, so, there's a question, why?
Okay, well, do you understand, due to the nature of this case, why people might be upset that they're being photographed, particularly members of the public that have nothing to do with this?
No, we told them we don't.
Okay, hold on, wait, just one at a time. So, and Mr. Brandon, did you take photos outside?
Your Honor, I have to be totally honest, ever since the beginning of this trial, Mr. Fusco, has, kind of been making some suspicious.
Listen, I didn't ask you that.
No, ma'am.
The question I asked you was, did you take photos of these gentlemen or anybody during the course of this trial, either in the courtroom or outside of the courtroom?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So, listen, due to the nature of this case, no more photos. Don't take photos, particularly of members of the public that are just showing up.
Just so the court's aware, Your Honor, I do not represent Ms. Mays. I'm here as just an observer. I did represent Mr. Jones during some entertainment law matters that he had in the past, in a case in Duval County. I was sitting right up front supporting the mother of the victim. For whatever reason, the attorney decided to come and sit right next to us and the victim's mother during the witness's testimony. I'm not certain why, so.
Okay.
There was some uncomfortable movements by all parties over there, being that he decided to come sit with the victim's mother. But
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, very good, let's go. I know, but we're not normal, listen, I know. Listen, it's not your job, okay, to do their job. And it's not their job to do your job.